G'day friends and fans, welcome to Dave Talk Stuff. South Korea's 4B movement. Now, maybe you've never heard of it, but you've definitely heard of feminism. I mean, it's communism in drag. So, feminism and the genocide agenda. Well, first off, we have to explain what is the 4B movement and explain why it is actually the genocide agenda, and it is nothing to do with rights, women, but of course you can see off the bat that it's rejection, the future role maker. This is produced, of course, by the European Union. Modern diplomacy, all views, all voices, as long as you are diversity, long as you're the hijab wearer, the glasses wearer, the academic, the oppressor, and the exploiter. Yeah! All hail the 4B movement! Alright, so what is the 4B movement? Well, it is a collective initiative. Right off the bat, admits it's communism. Alright, started by South Korean fascists in 2019. It revolves around four key themes. 1. Haibon, choosing not to marry. Pishulang, not having children. Paihongi, not dating. Or Bigsusu, the not having sexual relationships with men. Sorry if my enunciations are off. Alright, so this movement served as a when the Korean economy was doing good and women were in the workplace and they had an unfair advantage, everything was hunky-dory, because that is how feminism works. When we get our way, we are happy. Until we find out that there's something else we can get off you, then we're unhappy. We are the unhappiest of oppressors on the planet. Because we are Schrodinger's victim. We can be the oppressor and the oppressed at the same time. All hail the feminist. Alright. So, they talk about entrenched gender inequalities. Can they point women? Are these inequalities in the room with us right now? Can you point to them? Whew, someone threw a shoe at me. Alright, so when the economy was good, women were not the Nazis anymore, for at least a little while. Then came 2019 and the Hachu virus spread like the wildfire. So came lockdowns and job losses, and many companies no longer reopened. A lot of outsourcing. And so suddenly all the jobs involving around water coolers and the phone calls and the shoe shopping lunches, they all disappeared. And ta-da! Men who ultra-competitive were pushing the feminism. The feminists were going, we want equality. Men says, yes, equality. No special privilege for you women. And suddenly women no longer had the privilege. Oh no! Entrenched in gender inequalities are back because men outcompete us in the workplace. So, they claim beauty standards. Tell you what, look at my face. Tell me, how many of these women will say, oh, Dave has such a wonderful personality. They just look at my face and say, incel. Right. So, Korea now ranks at the bottom for gender pay gap. Says the worst in the world is a 31% pay gap. Then why aren't companies saying, we can save 31% just by hiring the women? Because it's not a pay gap. It is the productivity gap. Men are 31% more productive, therefore they get the more money. Productivity bonuses. Look them up. But the is not where it also goes. See, the conservative, the boogeyman runs Korea now. But 1 in 3 South Korean experience gender-based violence. If it's that bad, why are so many men not punished? You think with the country with that many simps who tolerate the feminists existing in the first place would be white knighting to get that pity pussy? Pataha! Turns out, the women are the provocateurs, and under South Korean law, a feminist equal rights, equal fights. So, women bump you in train and call and say, hey, he pinched my bum. No, she don't get to Turkey. She get to the hello in the face. A lot of Korean men will say hello to women often. So, the women won't go near men because if they bother a man, see, this is a strange coincidence. You know, I wrote a book and I had this thing about the 3 approaches law. Well, apparently this is a real thing. I didn't know at the time. Korea has a thing where you now have a law. I'm not saying I wrote the book and they did it. I'm just saying what an amazing coincidence that the country I sort of wrote about has such a law that I didn't know existed. 3 strikes. You could go to jail in South Korea if you ask a woman 3 times showing any romantic interest. You can't invite a woman to dinner. You cannot invite her on a date. You cannot even compliment her looks. So what do men do? They walk in the past of the woman, and they have a little book and say, Janet, question 1, will you make baby with me? Question 2 and 3 are the same. No? Okay. Hasta la vista, bitch. And so that is it. They will never talk to her again. What an amazing concept! Wow! You know what we really need to do? Go to South Korea and sell noise-cancelling headphones. Oh, men will walk away all day, smiling, just plug into each other's little sound set and talking into the microphone, and we don't hear the women talking. Oh, it is wonderful. No more bark, 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 bark. Oh, it'd be wonderful. But the South Korean government, they noticed something. See, the women, they will not have sex, they will not have breed. Oh, sorry, I didn't say they will not have sex. They will not have sex with men. They will not breed. And if they get pregnant, they kill the baby. They run around bragging how they killed the baby. What are you going to do about it? We killed the baby. Bark, 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 bark. Hello. I clocked in. But I mean, I am not advocating for violence. I am merely reporting that South Korean men will clock in every time they meet a feminist. Why? Because the current birth rate is far below replacement. That means by 2050, the South Korea will be dead and North Korea will go, we win! Because in South Korea, if woman says no, the government clocks in. Oh, what a wonderful system. So, you lose. Because the women who are left will definitely get clocked in once North Korea crosses the border. And it'll be what border? There'll be nobody there to guard it. So, to counter the crisis, the government has invested money in South Korea for the last 16 years. Has it done anything? No! It saw a fall in the birth rate as more women got pregnant for the money and then had an abortion as soon as the money ran out. They were paying from the moment they would get their money, their 3 months off, then have an abortion, wait the year, and then do it again, over and over again. And if they were forced to have a baby, they would have a girl and then take a demand for everything to raise this one child. So, failure of government policy has led to a greater crisis. Government intervention, folks. Here's the lesson of the day. Government intervention created the bigger the crisis, not the smaller the crisis. And boy, have male groups clocked in once again. As they realize the real problem relies in social attitudes. Hey, feminist, clocked in, joke's on you. and I wasn't going to touch you any other way. Ha! Right, so the real problem is feminism. So what is the feminist strategy? They've turned to social media. Why? Because of the Orwell. The Orwell said the women will always fall for these slogans. So they take to social media with the slogans, but instead of getting more, they're getting less. Companies won't hire them. More men will clock in, even if they see the feminist. So they're now male-only trained, female-only trained. Women only hire women. Men, they're clocking in these companies. They are crushing them. Because it turns out that once women run out of men's money, remember, they're not earning as much. They're not working as much. They're not as productive as much. And they don't take care of their goods as well as men. See, they go through the panties, the shoes, they go through them so fast, they eat out, so they go through all their money. But men, we enjoy our hobbies. We nurture them. We love them. We love our little hobbies. Yes, we do. We love our little hobbies. We love our hobbies. We go around and we admire. We distinguish. We're connoisseurs. We now may again splurge, but we're not idiots or assholes. Men are savers, builders, creators. The women are the consumers. But by rejecting sexual relationships with men, women have become frustrated sows who are roaming the streets at night, looking for studs. And society has created the myth. But see, in South Korea, the problem of the myth is, see, men, they see the women and they clock them out. And all these studs who go to South Korea thinking they're going to score with all these sows. The problem is they find out these sows, the love is free, but the sex is down payment. And don't try to use condoms, so you'll have all these diseased cells walking the streets, trying to get pregnant to foreign men for money. Oh boy, is it a mess right now. Of course, everybody's going to deny this, except for the smart few. But the crucial role is spreading feminism through TikTok. Because China can't get enough of chaos. And plus, they think if they sink every other country, their economy will suddenly go kaboing! No, it won't. It'll go even worse when there's no one to buy their crap. Why? Because all the women, they buy the panties and the shoes and all the other garbage on the Temu, all their makeup. The Temu, $4 billion a month or something, just on panties. Oh, it's a crazy world. Crazy. And it's a bad time to have panty sniffing fetish, but that is the problem. If you got the fetish, just buy the panties and avoid the woman to wear them. Trust me, it is far better right now to be MGTOW than it is to be a married man. But I am not telling you, I am just saying how I feel. Okay? But the emergence of 4B is the genocide agenda unmasked. The mask is off. Folks, there is no first, second, third, or fourth wave feminism. They are the same. See, we go back to the early suffragette movement and find out they were the prostitutes. We go to the Korean movement, the 4B movement. The prostitutes. They walk society every night looking for the man to abuse sexually, financially, and emotionally. They even now have in Japan, Korea, women who demand you pay them $100 to sleep beside you and have one arm around you. You have to lie there unmoving and untouched, and you get to have a hug in the morning, a little hug, and she might make you coffee and a bagel, a hang around before you go. But there's no happy ending, okay? No happy endings. $100 a day for a 40 family and a hug. Oh my God! Elon, hurry up with the AI robot. I want my robot to be nice and fleshy, soft and fleshy, to have the nicey voice. China's ahead of you, Elon. Come on, man, pull out. Stop it with the bleeding and get with the robot making, yeah? Alright, so 4B represents a toxic and communist approach to feminism. Wait a minute, to activism. Feminism is communism in drag. So they challenge traditional ideas. But folks, the last 6,000 years is built on the patriarchy. And what happens as soon as you have the matriarchy? Poof! Society falls on its face. We already recognize women's identity's experience. Did Mary Shelley get told, no, you can't write these Frankenstein? You are the woman. No, she went to the British Literary Society. They said, wow, this is an interesting story. They sat around reading it and said, oh my God, this is the book of the year. The Frankenstein is brilliant. Did someone say Queen Elizabeth could be queen? First and second. Oh, look, speaking of queens, every major war, holy cow. Just the queens. But the struggle of South Korean women is undoubtedly challenging, but the real challenge is, what struggle? Society kisses you on the VJ, giving you money into your pocket for 16 years. You are the most privileged ass on the planet, and you have nothing to complain about. You are on the pedestal of pedestals. You have the gold toilet of privilege. And now, the country says, no more, we see you, we clock it in. South Korea, women, you played yourselves. And the 4B movement shows how deep their complexity in the mental illness goes. That feminism struggle is real. The struggle to find new and interesting ways to ruin men's lives. But men, see South Korean men clocking in. I tell you what, if these videos get good, I will actually risk and collaborate with some people and get you some clocking in videos on my private channel on Rumble or somewhere else, so that we do not get to the YouTube struggle. But yes, the policies that you view women's bodies and reproductive capabilities as tools for the future, what else is there? Well, Elon, hurry up and create the Urantine replicator. See, women, it's not men that can be out technologies, it is women. Women can be replaced by technology. The artificial womb is real, and guess who's been developing it? Korea. Women, you got played. Your future is 0.0. Men will be enjoying the future of fine wine and time when you could take off your headphones and listen to the silence and go, that artillery in the distance is the Putin kicking Ukraine's ass. But otherwise, no, see, this is the thing. I think as MGTOW, it is our duty to tell the Putin and the Zelensky, knock it off for you two. No more killing the men. Okay? Okay. Can we all agree that MGTOW should not be killing the man on the man, especially brother on brother? Come on, man. Why is it so hard? Because you cannot be a man and a feminist. You cannot be a Christian and a liberal. You cannot believe in women's empowerment and be intelligent. You cannot be sane and believe in feminism and human rights. Because there is no dignity in human rights when they come at the cost of your labor. That means you, man, are slave. Men are slaves. Not the black man, not the yellow man, not the brown man, not the white man. Men, plural, collectively, around the world, are slaves. MGTOW is freedom from the slavery of the matriarchy. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please support the channel. Support me on Ko-Fi, Patreon, buy my books, buy my merch. All my links are in the link tree description below. Thank you for listening. I really appreciate each and every one of you. See you in the next video, and bye for now.